What's going on, everyone, and welcome to Movie Emporium's movie review of News of the World, the newest film from director Paul Greengrass. Now, before we begin, hey, if you like this channel, awesome, hit that subscribe button to join Movie Emporium, hit that notification bell at the top to find what's coming next. If you like this video, awesome, hit that like button, as well as commenting below on any video you watch, including this one. So this movie, News of the World, is about a character named Captain Kidd, who of course is played by Tom Hanks. He's an individual who, after the Civil War and after the incidents that happened, with him and his kind of experience of that war, he basically goes around to cities and towns and so on and so forth, and basically reads the news as entertainment for the folks that live in those towns. But they also pay him, so it's like a job to him. It's something that he makes money, that he can continue going town to town to town, to the point where he wants to get to Galveston and show the world and stuff like that. And basically on his journeys to Galveston and San Antonio, where he's from, he comes across this young girl who was involved in the incident where the people that were transporting her were basically murdered and so on and so forth. And she is this young girl who doesn't speak any English. She's played by Helena Zengel, by the way, named Joanna. And she and Tom Hanks go on this journey, which is treacherous and dangerous and so on and so forth, to get her back to the rest of her family that was not murdered by the people that took her. And it basically is a simple story of these two connecting. It's a very lone wolf and cub type story, and it's a story about how two individuals from two different kind of societal aspects start to form a bond, and how that bond becomes kind of a clad in stone type of situation. And so with the synopsis kind of out of the way, this is a film I was highly anticipated for quite a while. Actually, I think I put this at number 10 of my most anticipated films of 2020. And it was a film that I was looking forward to for the simple fact that you had Paul Greengrass, who's an amazing director, Tom Hanks, who's an amazing actor, basically reteaming after Captain Phillips was an amazing movie with an insanely amazing performance by Tom Hanks. And it was just one of those movies that I had no idea what the real true story was, because it was either going to be a Texas Ranger or a Civil War vet. And I was just kind of looking forward to it. I thought it was going to be a good film, and then I saw the trailer and I was like, oh, this doesn't look good. This, it's a Western. It's set in the frontier, which I'm not the biggest fan of. I'm not that genre. Is not my cup of tea. It doesn't mean it's a bad genre. People love Unforgiven and, Tombstone and stuff like that. But it's just not a film that, from the look of it, it looked like a very bland and very kind of boring and coarse film. It didn't really have much going for it. But I wanted to see it because I was still anticipating it, and after going to the theater where it was only playing in the theater, which unfortunately a lot of people won't be able to see it for that reason because of the pandemic, I can safely say that this film is really highly entertaining. It's not one of my favorite films. It's not in the top 10 of the year, but the performances of Tom Hanks, the performances of Helena Zengel are dynamic. They're electric. There's a rawness and a very, like I said, lone wolf and cub performance there. It's a very just kind of fun dynamic of people who are from two different subsets, like I said, of the cultural aspect. And once again, it just proves that Tom Hanks and Paul Greengrass have developed this kind of directorial relationship that truly works. And, Tom Hanks works well with everyone, but there's something kind of raw and emotional when these two get together that kind of displays on the screen. You feel for this guy who has gone through so much in the war, and you can just kind of see the weariness of his eyes and stuff like that. And then you get with this young girl who starts coming into his life, and you just start to see the transformation. You start seeing the protectiveness. You start seeing the fatherly figure come out of him. And, when they go through the trials and tribulations of trying to cross this frontier, which is very, very dangerous, it's wonderfully set up and wonderfully paced, and just it's a fun, entertaining story that is perfectly fit for something like Paul Greengrass and Tom Hanks. It's not as good as Captain Phillips, which is a decade defining movie for them too, but it's a movie that I really, really enjoyed. It has great set pieces. The frontier land is the stuff that's shot is very, very beautiful to look at, and the way Paul Greengrass shoots with the handheld cameras and stuff like that is in full display here. It really feels like a very intimate in your face type moment, and it's just a movie that you can sit back, you can enjoy, watching with, your wife or husband or the relatives and so on and so forth, and just get something kind of fun and kind of, even though it's been done before, you get something fun and unique, and you get Tom Hanks and Paul Greengrass back, which is really like, it's my main reason for really liking this movie was them too. But Helena Zengel in this movie is fantastic. She, like I said, this is one of her first real roles in as an actress. She's only like 9 or 10 years old, and she's fantastic in this movie. So, the other thing I'll leave off with is James Newton Howard is the composer of this movie, and it's very traditional and it's melodies and motifs and stuff like that, but it's well done and it's well well scored and stuff like that. So. But there are other characters in this movie that pop up, people that you'll recognize and so on and so forth. But this is truly a two-character set piece type movie where you're watching a very intimate story of two individuals who are very different who start to form together a bonding relationship. And I definitely recommend it. I think you'll enjoy it, especially if you like these types of films, these very low-key, not a lot happens, but there's still like some very engrossing stuff in it. So, but that'll be it. That'll be my take on News of the World. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know in the comments below what your favorite Paul Greengrass movie is, or your favorite Tom Hanks movie, whatever the two you decide to go with. But let me know in the comments below. But otherwise, if you like what you see on this channel, hit the subscribe button to join Movie Emporium. Hit that notification bell at the top to find what's coming next. If you like this video, awesome. Hit that like button, and we'll see you guys on the next video. Peace out.